the West Coast or the East Coast, for example. I'm not sure locations specifically, but Luminosty, they've got, you know, a lot of different locations you might know.
You got Missouri, Florida, LA. Did I say Florida? Florida, LA, and then Philadelphia.
I mean, it's not pretty to say the least. However, there's only one man we can kick it off with. It's going to be Formal under Luminosty Gaming, and he's going to kick it off with a positive.
Bro, his name is Blue. That's just, let's go, though. He's going to be inside the hill. It is LG with the early lead. And the man himself is going to be inside the hill, but he's going to get shot in the back because you see eUnited, they got the split spawn. But a little bit chaos, but the chaos ensues, and LG, they find themselves in a solid-ish spot. They have a very small lead, but more importantly, they've secured those bottom right spawns. Now they just need not lose it, but of course, they don't want eUnited to rack up all this time as well.
Okay, well, 20 seconds left. Still, eUnited in particular. Clayster's going to be the one in the hard point. JCat with the bar tears him off that position, as now those last 13 seconds will be in limbo. We're going to see RCTs try and pick that up. But as you said, we're going to see Luminosty with these spawns. JCat's going to spot one. That's a brilliant kill as Fellow, the only player behind enemy lines, puts LG in a great position.
Wasted potential, I think, for LG. They had full control of the hill, and they pushed off. They had 3 players that were focused on the back, and by the time they cleared it out and they turned back around, eUnited's already pushed through lights. Now, of course, eUnited, it's tough for them to be inside the hill because they're getting pushed from all angles, and all of a sudden, Slack picks up 2. Persini's the last alive, and he's looking for a second. He gets taken down, so nice bounce back. But again, I think potentially a small wasted opportunity for LG, but of course, they storm right back in.
I would have liked to have seen Pristini maybe slow things down a little bit there, but he goes 1v3 at the hill, and now starting to pick up a pinch. Fellow, Arsties as well. John picks up a double. Started strong, John, at 8 and 5. That grenade is going to stick, but we're going to see the problems continue. 20 seconds left, but the start of this game, very back and forth. We've seen both teams fall down. We've seen both teams bounce back right into it. And right now, we're going to see Luminosty rotate down to the lower docks a little sooner as eUnited take the lead.
Well, essentially the perfect setup that you want to have. You got 2 players inside the hill. You got 1 player lower docks that's going to be Slack, who feels the pressure, so he's going to jump down. But you also have JCap on the complete other side watching the full flank. So this is the perfect scenario, what LG wants. The question is, can they execute, or will eUnited break through? And the pressure's coming in from all angles. JCap feels the pressure. He wants to push forward. He gets dropped, and now eUnited can attack from all sides. But you got to make sure their timing is right, because all of a sudden, RCT is just going to be the last one. And the 2 players that have been inside the hill have been here the entire time, winning the gunfights for LG, and they've taken the lead.
Yeah, and right here, we're seeing the slaying battle go down. We are seeing Luminosty come out on top for that one, but Fellow, Arsties, and Pristini all combining for 3 kills. Still in the mix is John, though. A player which a lot of people have dubbed maybe one of the best on the game right now. PPSH in hand, he's going to find another. Finds himself 12 and 7, damaging 1 more. JCat's going to clean up, and those points, they're going to LG.
Not perfect, but about as good as you're going to get against a team like eUnited. LG gets 55 seconds on that hill, it seems like. It was just when John had to jump down. It was the only time they did not get, but at the same time, we talked about the perfect setups you have on the hill. eUnited, maybe not the perfect setup, but not too far from it. Got 2 players inside the hill, 1 player watching the top left, but Pristini's going to fall. Now the pressure's coming to the back. Clayster's going to be there. He wins 1, but he's going to have more to deal with. More importantly, he's trying to lock down these back spawns, but they don't even get them. eUnited spawns out by useless. Clayster's going to fall, and the perfect break from LG. As good of a start as you could ask for.
Yeah, this is really nice from LG. A particular hard point, which maybe going into it, they didn't have the spawns for, but they managed to break on in, slay out, and we're only going to see Arsties pick up a kill before LG regain those spawns for the final 30 seconds. And look at eUnited. They're already thinking about Crane. They have to. Push him once more right now. It could be suicide. They're going to find themselves over 50 points down. And look at Clay. He's just spawned on the other side of the map.
Tough route for him. He's got to traverse everything, and he's going to have to win gunfights on the way there. And you see JCat dies, but JCat basically just gets a better spawn, and now they know where the pressure is going to be coming from. And John is doing pretty well for himself, 17-9 on a 4 streak, and he's winning gunfights like that. You see they make sure to give him the hill time as well. He's got 100 points, and I expect him potentially to push out. That way we don't have to worry about dying to nades, but you see none of them are going to be coming in for the moment. His teammates have pushed out. Got complete control for the moment, and now you see he leaves. Now he doesn't want to get naded out. He's feeling the pressure coming in. He's got to win this gunfight, and Pristini with the bar of all guns able to take him down.
Nice setup here for eUnited. With these 35 seconds here, Chance, I think this is one of the best chances eUnited have had to kind of take all these points. They've got players at statue, players down by the docks. They've got everything covered right now. Things are looking better here for eUnited, but LG looking to punch on through. JCat spawn right at the back as well, and no one's even on a hard point.
Yeah, Persini feels the pressure. He knows players are going to come in from the side. So if he stays in the hill there, he gets him an extra 3. And it's really not going to make too much of a difference. He would have died in that spot no matter what. But first set of rotations is in. And you got LG. You got Formal, 1.5 minutes in the hill. He doesn't have a lot of kills because he does not need them. John has 22, leading the lobby, nearly doubling what everyone else has. The man's been on a tear. The question is, can someone for eUnited pick it up to try and turn things around for their team? You got a lot of time left to work with, and Clay is able to find 2.
Okay, well, John, that first rotation, near perfect there for the boys of LG, but eUnited now trying to bite back. Formal down low, and like you pointed out, it's not all about the kills. The time that he has on the hardpoint itself is incredible, and they are starting to really total up. eUnited 80 points and climbing, but again, these spawns for the next rotation key. Fellow finds one. John, of all players, still slaying out here as we have a bit of a split spawn from Luminosty. We've got 2 players spawning by barrel building, 2 over by that main street as well. Pristini trying to take one out here. He's going to find Formal, and now he's going to roll upon, but he's all alone.
Makes the right read, though. He's going to find 2, pushes forward, has a little bit of help from the third, but you got 1 player tucked away in the back trying to hold down spawns. That's going to be John, but he's going to have to pick up like 3 just to cause the confusion. It's a tough spot because eUnited, they're pushing out pretty far, and they should know someone's back there because of the spawn that Clayster got, and they're going on the hunt. Persini leaves the hill just to go make sure to find this kill. That's how important it is, and you see Persini playing his streaks as well at the moment. They're waiting for the nades to come in. They don't want to die, don't give away anything for free, and now they get inside. So all the utility for LG is gone, and now they have complete control. They need to make sure they hold on, though. They got players pushed up, kills getting traded back and forth. Persini, again, taking ever so much care to play those streaks. Have you ever seen this man play this slow?
No, absolutely not. He stood still for about 3 seconds. That is not like Pristini. Now he's getting in the mix, and now he's stunned. He's 1 away from the glide bomb, and this will play a huge part in the next rotation. He's baiting out his teammates, but his teammates are picking up the kills. There's 1 player to his right. This could be it. And there it is. Glide bomb in hand. eUnited most certainly back into this one. And they have that rotation chance.
And he's going to use the glide bomb straight away. And they're going to get the rotation down, right? That forces them to stay inside. 1 player is going to die. And now Persini actually has one of the cuts. Sai's going to get taken down. And there you go. Just like that. Fully streaked out. The man plays patient. And he goes on a 7 streak. He's getting his team back in this game. They're going to be able to take the lead. The artillery plays to perfection. The positioning for Persini, well, it was pretty good. He does get taken down by an 8.
Yeah, he does in the end, but an 8-kill streak and 24 and 19. He's catching up to John a little bit here, but we do still see Luminosty going toe-to-toe. Those last couple of minutes, though, eUnited have started to heat up. Pristini with another double. 26 and 20 now, controlling down by the docks. Fellows getting into the mix with his SMG. Finds a double himself, and LG. What's going on? We've got a split spawn going down here. Chance eUnited taking control.
Oh, this is just 2 docks warehouse hills from either team, played to near perfection. Still, though, LG, they're pouring on the pressure, but Bello, he goes on a tear inside the hill. He just got like 5 defends to his name. The man goes off. I think he only gets the glide bomb. That's correct. And, okay, I don't know how defends work, apparently. But either way, winning the huge gunfights inside the hill. And again, eUnited, they were down by 75 points after the first set of rotations. Now they had the lead.
Yeah, the key thing is here, Chances. Last time they were in this position, they lost this spawn round back barrel building. It looks like they've changed the way that they go about this. You've got 1 player down low as Fellow. You've got Clayster in a much better position. But I think overall, this just seems so much more controlled. Luminosty was sat at, what, 129 to about 60? Look at the score.
Well, the benefit for them is they actually had control of Doc's warehouse, which means they know LG is going to be spawning on the bottom right side of the map. So you know you can sit him back underground and focus on the back left. The first time around, LG they had the great spot. They won Doc's warehouse. They can go to the next, but this is eUnited running up the score. It is completely flipped. LG has barely gotten any points on the second set of rotations. I think only 25 total, and that is a clean 4 down. They are pushing up. They're going for the rotation, and eUnited might just be able to win this. It's so tough to get inside this hill. You see the spots Clayster at. He wins the gunfight without taking a bullet. The players inside fire, though. They get traded back and forth. It comes down to 1v2. Clayster does fall. Artsy's going to be pushed up, but at the very least, this is just time that LG is not getting.
And I tell you what, Pristini's just said, whatever you can do, John, I can do better. 30 to 25 for John. 32 to 24 for Pristini. Not all about kills, but it's a helping hand. 2-3-2, plays 150. Fellow at the back is going to spot the nade. Slacked, good night. We're going to see all 4 players rushing through for Luminosty into the gate. And there's still streaks on the board. Pristini, all he needs is that PPSH in hand. Maybe he doesn't, maybe he does. STG, who cares? Whatever.
When you're winning gunfights like that, you're just going to win the game. By God, if eUnited did not look good. The 7 spree that Pristini goes on, it felt weird. Yeah. It felt like eUnited was trading a lot of time where they could have been in the hill, 10, 15 seconds. We saw the same thing on Crane, where RCDs, he just leaves it. He can buy his team an extra 5 or 6 when, again, with so many close games we've seen this year, every single second matters. But what they got was just control. Yeah. They got control and they got streaks. Like Pristini on that 7 spree, staying outside the hill, is dodging nades. And they played it to perfection. That's the best hard point we've seen from eUnited pretty much all year. Outside of any just like stomps they've had on teams with close competition, that's the best they've looked.
And I think as well the score streak usage. Yes, he played for them, but when he used them, he used the glide bomb straight away, that artillery put down lower docks, and it caused him to get eventually more streaks. And, you know, sitting in between those hard points, just baiting out his teams, perfectly done. But again, it's not a one-man team here. We saw Fellow going off with all kinds of plays down by the docks, and RC's in place, they're filling in all the gaps. But as we finish map number 1, eUnited do take the lead over the newly formed Luminosty here. Of course, going into this, all eyes are on Formal. I think coming out of that, you know, he had a lot of hill time, but it was John to kick things off. Pristini during the mid-game. Fellow kicking things off as well down there by the docks, as we said. But Chance, docks is done. We're heading over to Forest for a few maps.
Forest is going to be interesting for S&D. Like we've seen, well, Unilat had something similar where it seems like they were very well prepared for the maps that they played. eUnited looked very well prepared for that docks hardpoint. So who knows what we're going to see on Forest. We've seen the standard stuff time and time again. It's been an entire year where 90% of the teams run 90% of the same sort of strat. So I want to see if anything crazy happens. If you have Pristini and Felony on the same team, I feel like in S&D, they can just do some ridiculously aggressive stuff together. So maybe we'll see something fun. Who knows? Again, I'm just baffled from Pristini. I've never seen that man play that slow. That's insane.
I wouldn't necessarily always say it was slow. I mean, sometimes he was playing at such a fast pace, but it was the way that he was playing so mindful of the streak. Sometimes, because Pristini was always that player that, you know, he's going on a tear and he just maybe gets a bit ahead of himself and maybe ego challenges something, or he's on such a momentum boost that he just goes for it. He played so much more reserved, so much calmer, which in essence is slower, like you said, but great stuff from Pristini as he highlights map number 1, no doubt here. And this is a big game. These are 2 teams that you most certainly will be putting in that top 4 mix. And a win here today is massive.
And something that's interesting about this map is one of the ways LG has played this in the past. And there was a time in the Pro League for Stage 1 where they were like 6-0 on this map, where they were running teams over. On offense, they would either just send 3 mid-map and then go and get complete control of the B bomb site, and again, just run teams over, or they would just do it straight from Bell. But there's also a lot of situations where, from how aggressive they played, where Octane was just the last player alive in like a 1v2, 1v3, and he was one of the best clutch players we've seen so far in World War II for S&D. And of course, that's the role that Formal fills. So, of course, the question is, does LG play a similar way, where they're willing to play that over-aggressive sort of style and feel safe that if it doesn't pan out, the last guy alive always has that clutch potential? Or do they just, you know, throw everything out the window and start from scratch? I'm just rambling, but no, who knows?
I mean, you got some very, very valid points here, and only time will tell with a lot of them, and it'll be interesting to see how this LG squad really do go forward. Again, this is a team which I said before, you got to put them in that top 4, but it's where you put them. And I think with the addition of Formal, the loss of Octane, it does stir things up. It changes the play style a little bit, because yes, they play the same role, but they play differently in so many senses. But Formal joining here will bring things to the table. Maybe a few of Optic Strat, learn a few things from LG. Nice to see, though, John kicking it off very fast and fiery in map number 1. He, again, maybe will be the counter to the likes of Felony and Pristini, obviously, on the search and destroy.
And I definitely think John is going to be the player to look at for LG, at least for Forest S&D. Obviously, yes, we all want to watch Formal play, but it seems like in Search that John is just kind of the catalyst. It seems like there's 6 or 7 teams where it's just like that super aggressive, I will say SMG player, although we do see 3 STGs off the rip. Make it 4. So, yeah, you talk about different stuff. You want to talk about control. Well, on defense, 4 STGs coming out for LG, but RC, he's looking for that early pick, and he might be able to find it. I appreciate the attempt, and you see no armored coming in. He used airborne to try and get that first pick, so it's going to be tougher from here on out.
Yeah, Pristini's been picked, so it looks like John switched to the sniper rifle. As we do see Cap go down here, Lovely laser shots there from Clay. It's a 3v3 bomb going over towards A, and John's going to be in a bit of a pickle here. Oh, that's shots you've got to make there. Arsty's, unfortunately, with a sniper in hand, only has the machine pistol. Now he's going to be punished as John finds 2. That could have been avoided, but 3 kills goes in favor of John, and he's starting map 2 like he did map 1.
My favorite thing is when you call out a player to look for and like a map or something like that and be like, this guy is the catalyst for the team, and then they get an ace first round. It's so satisfying when like the stars align in that situation, but I think you kind of called it perfectly. RC's, he just had to win that. Well, not even a gunfight. He just had to finish the kill on John, but tough with the pistol, tough when the guy's in a better spot. So John nearly gets caught out. Instead, the man has an ace. He's working towards some streaks, and that is LG with as good of a round as you could ask for.
Most certainly is. Interesting that John doesn't pick up the bomb. However, smokes go down. LG. Standard B push. Fellow. He's going to be in the mix, and straight away he's taking down John. No streaks.
Paradox, can we jump to Felny real quick? I want to know if that man has airborne or not. He does not, but he does have the energetic, which counts for something. But again, it was mentioned LG plays very, very aggressive, either mid-map or just through Bell towards the B site. Felny was the player that he was just there waiting for the kill, and it was as free as you're going to get. Now, of course, you see 2 players in that clutch situation, Formal and Slack. Can they make some magic happen? Not very likely. You see Slack get some solid timing on Felny, who's just going for the shoulder peaks, but where's Slack even going to go?
Shoulder peak coming in here for Fellow, and I like what he does there. He doesn't re-challenge. There's no need. Now he's going to be under a bit of pressure, and again, I like what he's doing here. He's baiting out, he's getting information, and now in a 1v4, maybe has the chance to challenge. I'm not sure who picks up the final kill, but to round things out, very strong round for eUnited.
And LG just kind of goes for it, right? You even said John's not taking the bomb, which is a little bit strange when the man starts out 4-0. Of course, just to work towards the streaks, but that's the strat LG wants to go with. They want to play aggressive mid-map. They want to get control of that B site, because if you get that bomb down at B, even if you don't have the man advantage, even if you're in like a 2v3, if you get someone top plat, you're in a solid spot, one of the best power positions in the game. So control of the B site, incredibly important. Of course, now LG back on defense. And Arceus, yeah, doing the exact same thing. Airborne sniper, he's going for that first pick, and he's going to be looking for Formal. And yeah, this time he gets it. He misses once, but shame, or what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on him. No shame for Arceus. Gives his team that 2-1 up advantage.
He's got to get the bomb planted as well. What I like about Arceus' play there is it didn't work for him once. It didn't deter him from the strategy that he's been probably putting together and working on back home. Clearly, he's able to get there. He's got that timing down to perfection. JCap, 1v2 and defuse. You're going to have some good luck here, because Clace is just going to be shoulder peeking that bomb as he starts to push around. That's a gunfight, which is definitely in favor of Clay, and they're going to close it out.
And RCD's getting that kill is huge for a lot of reasons. In the past on this map, the only way to stop a player on defense from getting to top plat is stuns and nades. You had to stop that man before he could get there, but you're just chucking those over like the church bell.
Yeah.
You were never able to get there first with a sniper, but now you see he's using airborne for it. So if LG doesn't have airborne to get there back, I think RC just gets there first, and yes, he has to use the snipe, he has to hit the shot, but if LG on defense is never able to get someone to top plat, if they're just scared to even cross for fear of the sniper, well, that's the best spot in the game, and that makes it so much easier for eUnited to get control of that B site. Now, of course, though, LG again, aggressive mid-map with the smokes, and John just sprinted into the pre-aim of Pristini.
I like the aggressive play, don't get me wrong. However, it feels like it's a bit sporadic sometimes, and JCap and Formal are going to make something of it here in a 2v4. JCap finds 2 of them, and now Formal left in a 1v2. Currently sat 0-2, not going to kill to his name yet at round 4, but this maybe is his time to shine chance.
And this was the spot. Octane found himself in these positions all the time, and a lot of the time he came up clutch. Obviously, they're difficult, but sometimes he makes the magic happen. So looking at Formal, man, can he pull off the same? How well does he fill this role? He's got 40 seconds left, a solid amount of time, and eUnited are, I don't want to say split up because they're even grouping up together, but not necessarily in the absolute best place to trade, but he's just looking for a pick.
Yeah.
Just a tough spot.
eUnited most certainly know bomb is down, and that's why they're just shoulder peeking that fire tank there, and they're just waiting to see if Formal goes for it. 20 seconds left. This is maybe where he has to. Grenades pinched. Now it's the perfect play for eUnited. You're starting to hear Clay get hyped. and you're starting to see eUnited take a lead.
And it does seem like eUnited is just aware of the strategy from LG. Again, they're either going to smoke off you or they're going to smoke off that back army truck, and they're going to play aggressive mid-map, but they've gotten stuffed twice on offense. So LG, they're going to have to pull a different strategy out of the bag. You know, I actually bet next time on offense we see John snipe over by A. But of course, that's not going to be the case. We got eUnited on offense this round, so we're thinking ahead of the game. And the question is, for me, I guess, does anyone try to cross the top plat? Like, is RC's doing the same thing? But I guess it doesn't even matter because the bomb's going over towards A.
Okay, well, let's kick things off. Round 5 chance. 90 seconds left. J-Caps has got a lot of information here. He's already spotted 2. Should be able to find 1. Will find 1, but that's a nice shot from Fellow. Oh, that's a trade you'd think would go in favor of LG, but the double of eUnited starting to push forward, and Clayster, smart, slow, and steady, wins the race here. And the smile's coming through. It's like a plan coming together.
It's a perfectly executed, perfect plan. I will say it is super risky to basically just walk through no man's land, smoke or no smoke, because what they were doing is just trusting us like one of us might fall, but we're going to get that trade on the cabin heady.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get past there, you get control of the A site, you're good to go. So that's trust. Trust in themselves, trust in their teammates to be able to trade out that kill. And then once you do that, you saw Clayster. He knows exactly what LG is going to respond with. Played to perfection so far. And again, I made the bet that John was going to snipe over by... Okay, I was completely wrong. Sticking with the same old, same old.
Well, round 6 and 2 plays for LG yet to find a kill here. It was similar in the Unilad game where I think 3 of them were 0 and 4 at a time, but they started to turn things around. Can LG? John has single-handedly won them 1 round. Prestini. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're fast. You're furious. And my goodness, you're taking LG down 1 by 1.
Well, you see LG didn't want to play aggressive. They're playing passive, and they're getting picked off 1 by 1. And just like that, a perfect round coming out from eUnited. And it was strange. It was strange watching the 2 players bait and switch inside of Bell and have Formal just not react, just to get shot in the back for Slacked. Not even to trade out the kill, but again, eUnited played to perfection. I thought John was going to snipe by A. They turtled up in their, well, not turtled up in their base, turtled up by Bell, turtled up mid-map, and got picked apart. eUnited, man. They're looking like a force. They got 3rd at Seattle. They're trying to make a statement that they are still one of the best teams in the game, and they're trying to make it clear-cut. And
this is, again, and I highlight such a big game for them to start off because Rise Unilad, Optic Unilad, like, those are teams that should come out with wins. You know, Rise and Optic, for example. You've got Tainted Minds, Mindfreak as well playing a little bit later on. But this is a game where you're going to look at in 2 weeks' time and go, that maybe made playoffs or didn't make playoffs for a team, or that secured the 1st spot or 2nd. We are going to see a round go in favor here of LG. But besides the point, eUnited, they're, like you said, looking to make that claim.
Well, LG, a couple things going for them. At the start of the round, Slacked and Formal were combined 0 and 10. Each of them were able to get a pair of kills for Slacked and the 1 for Formal. So they're on the board. You feel a little bit more comfortable. We've talked about it before. You don't have a kill in S&D. You see the donut. You feel like you got a monkey on your back. You get rid of that. A little bit of the stress is gone. Still, though, it is absolutely a mountain to climb. eUnited has been pure class so far, and we'll see if they can close this one down on defense. LG, though, do they turtle up? Do they play aggressive? Do they go to A, go to B? It looks like they're playing a little bit aggressive mid-map once again. John's going to cross to U. Felony's going to be up top. He's going to find 1. Going to get the 2nd. Is going to be aware of the 3rd. And Formal's not even there for the trade. J-Cap is mid-map, though. Placer's going on a flank. The round is chaos, but either way, you got to imagine advantage eUnited is going to come down to the gunfight, and Formal once again just gets shot in the back, and J-Cap's going to fall shortly thereafter. Perfection, nearly, for eUnited, but they're up 2-0 in the series. That is a clean 6-2 win on S&D.
And it's frustrating, right? Because yes, you joined a new team at Formula and LG. Things aren't going to be perfect straight away. You're going to have to kind of work things out. They've had a little bit of time online to do that. But coming here, you're playing against a very experienced, or a more experienced, because obviously Fellow is new too. And it's difficult for sure. Will this LG team get better? I most certainly think so. Is this the LG we're going to see in 2 weeks? I don't think so. I think this is a team which is going to grow and become better. But right now, eUnited probably playing LG at the best time possible, you would say, in the fact that they're so newly formed.
Sure. I mean, if the rumors are true, LG's been getting bullied in scrims. You got to get them at the start, strike while the iron is hot. But LG, they still might even be able to bounce back in this series.
Oh, certainly so. However, we saw game 1, 3-0 to Rise over Unilad. Are we going to see the same for eUnited over Luminosty? Guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back here with Capture the Flag for eUnited versus Luminosty. First two maps are already done and dusted. Myself and Chance bringing you all the action for eUnited versus Luminosty. If you're an LG fan or a formal fan, it's not started off so strong, Chance. They're down 2-0. Do they bring it back here?
Potentially, probably not based on the way they look. They've looked pretty crappy so far, but at the same time, JCap has been a wizard in CTF his entire career, including World War II as well. So if they're going to turn around, best place to do it.
Okay, well, Pristini is on the flank. Two teammates go down. He's going to fall as well, so Arstees is backtracking right now as he's trying to defend his flag. He's going to spot one. That's the kill he needed to make. That's the kill that's going to help his team survive. And Arstees will just put a pause on that attack from LG.
Bro, the STG melts. That second kill he had, I don't know if Slack was like tagged up or not, but that was insane.
Pristini just runs, just straight off spawn, no care, no worry. He's grabbed that flag. He goes down instantly, but we're gonna see things just stand still here for the first 60 seconds. No flags quickly captured. Formal gonna take down Clayster, and Fellow's gonna answer back onto John. Here though, LG, they're on the attack.
Yes, they are, and they're doing okay so far. They got 2 kills, and this is the opportunity where you can push ice. You can get some kills, but they're playing a little bit passive, and Felony's just going to take Slack down mid-map. And yes, Formal's there for the trade, but now, like, so many lanes are just going to be open for United to push through. Formal, though, playing for a control. He hasn't had the best series so far, but he started off 4-0, already working his way towards some streaks. But we've seen it before. United has been happy to push through this bottom lane. They might try to go for it once again, but we talked about JCap. The awareness is there. He's going to be able to find 2, and gonna find 3 as well. Just an easy gunfight for him to take.
Okay, well, LG, they're down 2-0. However, they find themselves in a good position here on the CTF. Let's jump over to an Astro Gaming listening with Luminosty Gaming.
Back right, nice two.
Let's go.
Both of them back
I should just ran right away.
They're gonna be at our base. They're gonna be all in.
One's going broken. One's gonna be broken. Yeah.
Sending our flag. I'm gonna get broken. Sending our flag. Looking your fire real quick.
You got broken?
Yeah. See him? I'm naded, Cap. I'm naded. Fire tank, fellow. You, fellow dead. Nice. That's a big kill. The rest of our bunker. One more outer. He's gonna be outer. He's gonna be on Cap. Help me here.
No, he's no man's. Only one. There's only one on our flag. He went fourth. One went fourth.
Nice. You
He's fourth. Yeah. Clay.
He's fourth to middle. Yeah, he's fire tank right now.
I don't see him. It could be fire. You know, just go back. Don't chase that hard.
Fire alley, Clay weak. One broken. The Lumi fire alley front bunker. I'm getting you. Front bunker, absolute. He's on side. Go. Laying down front bunker. Nice. Looking fourth.
Another one front.
Nice, 2. One cross, one. Nice, 3. He's mid, fourth. Watch out, Archie. Barrel. He's sitting right side of it. He's the right side right there. Nice. First guy. He's gonna go ice. 1 second. He's gonna go ice. Nice. Shit, John. I spawn broken. I can help you, Cap. You can push. Sonny, somebody yellow truck.
Yeah, pushing up ice.
Press the weak. Close. Fellow, watch out. Back to bridge on the bridge. Both there. Back to bridge. Back right high.
I got it.
I'm trying. I already went cabin high. Alright, hang on. They're spawning behind you. No, they're still spawning here. Go. There's 2 there. One's going straight to bunker. Fellow, one shot fourth. Fellow, you gotta wait. They called us straight down. He's army. Fellow. You got me mid. He's gonna be fire tank. What's gonna be fire tank? Front bunker 2. I didn't hit him. I spawned a flag.
The flag is nearly home and dry. The dive across from John, and he's going to put that one in for the first flag. LG. Now they're going to have streaks. They're 1 away from the fighter pilot. So it's all in the hands of John. He's kicking things off very nicely here. They really don't want to feed him this fighter pilot. We know how dangerous it can be on Autumn Forest. But the communication there, Chance, it was good from Luminosty.
It was. The communication was solid. At the same time, like, why is John pushing up there? Like, he needs an assist to get the fighter pilot. Best streak in the game, I'd say, at least for, like, its value. I don't know. Obviously, they get the flag. They got streaks. They're in a phenomenal spot, but I definitely would have liked him to not be the first guy pushing in. And at the same time, we'll talk about the SMG battle. Pristini, who had an amazing game number 1. Very, very good game number 2. Man's 3-11.
Yeah, and as well, the positions and the sides, really. The preferred side that eUnited are maybe on here is going to be difficult, but another flag is going to be taken. This could be home and dry as well. This is beautifully done by Luminosty. You said it, JCap is a bit of an iconic CTF player himself. He's 13-6. He's directing the play here. Glide Bomb's going to secure this flag for sure. But with 30 seconds left, Luminosty, they're going to go 2-0 up here.
Yeah, there's been enough times where it's like, where's Prasini? Oh, he's in our base. How did he get there? God only knows. You call on the streak just as an insurance policy. Guarantee the flag up at the half. Because you got to keep in mind, this was eUnited on good side. And they're down 2-0. I think just LG, CTF was great. We talked about JCap. I think JP's put out the stat in the past where when JCap goes positive in CTF, they win like 95% of the time or something insane. He's double positive. Things are going well.
Yeah, and he's got John right alongside him, double positive as well. So, Luminosty, a nice showing for the first 5 minutes of the CTF. We're going to flip those sides over, and we're going to put Luminosty, ironically, on the more favorable side. So, this could escalate a little bit here, Chance. And if it does, this could give them the motivation, obviously, and the hype needed for that hard point.
I mean, can you imagine like the number of like LG and like formal fans that watched the first two maps and they were like, this is this is the worst trade deal in history that we have ever seen. And then like the reverse, we found they're like, oh, never mind. Our team's great. Again, there is so much Call of Duty to be played over the next 2 weeks, then going into Anaheim. There's no telling how good these teams are, no telling what specific maps they're going to be good or bad on. We're just here to learn at the moment. In LG, at least in CTF, they look good so far. John is winning gunfights, it seems like he shouldn't. Felony's going for the flag, but he's got, what, 3 players pinching him in? Prasini's not going to be able to clean those kills up either. So LG, solid as a defensive stand.
Importantly, so here eUnited have those 2 maps over Luminosty, and I was on social media in between the breaks, and a couple of the European pros were kind of saying the map counts is definitely, it means a lot between certain teams over others. You know, the likes of Optic, who are not going to be necessarily in a tiebreaker to kind of get that top 4. But eUnited and LG, they could be 2 teams that are in that tiebreaker for that 4th spot. These are 2 teams that could be fighting and battling for a top 4 position. So this is really important for eUnited, you know, to close it out 3-0, and for Luminosty not to go down 3-0.
And this is a situation as well where tiebreakers like really matter. I know Raider was talking about it on Twitter of like the initial tiebreaker is the head-to-head map count. So like if eUnited and LG end up tied for a 4th, these head-to-head maps are what matter absolutely the most. So yeah, absolutely, LG, they need to get on the board as much as possible. But again, we're 2 series into this entire division. Now you see Slack does have the flag. He's going to be gone. eUnited, they're going to be able to get the counter pull. So we'll have a potential stalemate, but Clayster's actually going to be forced initially to take that the wrong direction. But eUnited, they're going for the gunfights. They're running it straight out. Prasini leading the charge. He's ready for the challenge as well. Slack's going to be inside, but they can go on the hunt. Slack, he's got to stay alive. He's got to get out of dodge. It looks like he's safe just for the moment.
Well, 3 minutes left on the clock. This is doable, of course, for eUnited. But if this flag goes in, I feel like it must almost be the nail in the coffin in the CTF if LG were to take this. And now Prasini is hunting that flag. Has got right to the back of Luminosty's base. And really, this has got to favor LG because the time's ticking. They can just sit back, defend, not really need to be pressured or push anything. Looking good here for LG.
But push they must. They're going to find 2. Prasini's going to get the trade. Now Slack's by himself with the flag. It's going to come down to a 1v1 gunfight. Slack's going to run, buys himself enough time for his teammates to spawn, and Prasini's going to fall. You see Clayster, he backed up. He was ready to get that flag secured, but he's been playing very aggressive with the flag, which he should. They don't have time to waste 2.5 minutes, Wes, but the assist comes in. Now this is great. Calls in the glide bomb. He can help without helping. Should be able to find at least 1, if not 2 kills here.
So he's going to take Slacked out, the flag carrier. Ideally, you want to see United pick up a couple of kills to actually help and assist with that. The flag has gone now into the hands of his teammate. He's going to fall as well. Prasini running through, taken from the side. Clutched up by John, and that flag is going to be picked up once again. This time it's going to be via Formal. That flag on the other side is going to be returned. That's going to be a 3-0, and I feel that could be the map.
Dude, Prasini didn't take the gunfight. He saw John. He could have shot him in the back. He was going for the sneak. Little did he know his teammate was going to pick up the 2-piece. And then who's there to get that final cleanup kill? John with the awareness. Again, we talked about map number 1. Prasini is doing such a good job of just slowing the pace down and play for the streaks. That was a situation where he just needed to aggro. He needed to just go for the kill. He needed to fly and just get it. Super unfortunate how it pans out, but again, we're talking about the potential reverse sweep. Luminosty almost certainly are going to be able to get one off the board. We talked about JCap the Wizard, but holy hell, John has 25.
I mean, John at the start of the series, we kind of talked about he's potentially one of the best in the game, and he is one of the best in the game. That's a fact. But is he the best? That's the question. Only time will tell. But 25-13, he's having a great series so far. But his team are 2-0 down, and that's just a fact. Osties is going to be taken down by the Wizard himself, 21-15. JCap and John right now combined for 46 and 28. Slacked is sat at just 9 kills, but honestly, it's not that he hasn't been picking them up. He's just been, you know, watching other lanes, doing other things, and it's going to be 4-0 chance.
And I will say, there's been quite a few kills. Even the opening break, it was JCap with the awareness that picks up either the clutch kill, or as you just saw, the clutch 3 kills to defend the flag. But the man's been on point. It's been that way in CTF forever, it seems, for him. And a very, very controlled win for LG. Definitely have mistakes they need to clean up in S&D, and their hard point, we're only one map deep. So, again, the sky is the limit. But a 4-0 win, what more can you say?
I mean, maybe 4-1. That's the only thing that may change right now, but with 16 seconds left on the clock, they're not going to be able to change this one in the direction of a tie or a draw. They're simply going to try and extend it or even make it 4-2. But at the end of the day there, Luminosty, a very strong showing in CTF. You've got John and JCap really combining for a treat to watch. John's got 2 flags to his name as well, Chance.
Yeah, it was hilarious that the way it pans out, if Slacks had less engagements and 2 of his teammates had kills. And again, if you're winning 4-1, then like that's not a problem. That means he was absolutely doing his job. There was just nothing for him to do for the majority of the map. Just hangs out, lets his teammate pick up the clutch 3 pieces. Whatever needs to happen did happen. And again, if Rossini takes that gunfight against John to go to return that flag, maybe it's a slightly different game. But all in all, again, LG very, very controlled. And map number 4 is Forest again.
Once again, we've got another Forest. We've seen it in S&D, we've seen it in CTF, and you're going to see it in Hardpoint right now. And obviously, so far, the S&D went to one team, the CTF another. The first Hardpoint, though, it started so strong for Luminosty, in particular John again. This Hardpoint, I feel like they've got to learn from that. They kind of let it slip in the second rotation. Maybe Forest is just a little bit better for them. But I will say, Forest, a very AR-dominated map. Octane, Formal, then you start thinking about Clay. Like, how do you feel this Hardpoint's going to go, Chance?
It's tough to call. This is a map where I've seen eUnited. They might have been the team that got 50-point clubbed. I know Red Reserve got 50-point clubbed at some point, but I've seen eUnited get demolished at this map, and I've seen them have some great success. So they have been very, very wishy-washy. And as it stands, who knows? Like, obviously, we've seen the preparation came in from Docs. They looked pretty good. If they bring that type of gameplay, that level-headedness into it, they might be all right. But, of course, you pointed out, it's the AR map. It's literally just like Formal versus Clayster at this point, or maybe even versus RCs, because you're going to have 2. JCaps need to step it up a little bit. If he plays like he does in CTF, LG should be fine, but it's Formal. I'm just looking at him. How well is he going to do? He did okay on the first hard point, I guess. He filled in Octane's job relatively well, had a lot of hill time, not so many engagements, because you let John fry if John's frying. But obviously, it wasn't enough in the end. So let's see what he can do, man.
Well, on the side of Luminosty, a few players obviously going under the radar so far in the series may be the likes of Slacked. You know, we've seen obviously JCap and John on CTF. We've seen John on the hard point. Formals had a bit of a worrying start in this S&D when he was going 0-4, but he did pick it up. I want to see better from Slacked going into this hard point. I think he could be the key factor. And again, he could be that kind of asset right next to John that pushes this to a Game 5. It's going to be Forest, and if we do see that all-important Game 5, it'll be a London Docks search and destroy. However, do eUnited close it out in 4? That is the question. LG trying to push their first series to a Game 5. A reverse sweep in your first series wouldn't be bad. And again, we've highlighted already, this is such an important game because this is 2 Titans of North America going head-to-head. A victory here is crucial.
I mean, this is a battle for momentum as well. Like, if eUnited comes out and gets that hot 3-0, they probably just storm in tomorrow and just carry it further and further and further. And again, we got Anaheim coming up in like 2.5, 3 weeks, whatever it might be. Playoffs, champs. Like, everything is now. You get the momentum going now, you're in a great spot. And like LG, on the flip side, if they just came out and got 3-0'd when we were expecting them to maybe underperform, that could have been daunting. So, again, a lot of Call of Duty left to be played. We can ignore all the storylines because we got some hot action coming in on the coldest map in the game on Forest.
Oh, it's chilly, it's Forest. And we kick things off with Clayster. Will he have the hot hand here with the STG? Formal does, as he snaps onto Prestini, but the initials go down, and we're going to see eUnited jump on that hard point here.
Yeah, the strategy came out pretty well. Smoke off the cabin wall means you can easily cross into the site. And LG, they didn't put any pressure trying to get inside that hill, and Clayster was watching the cut even if they did. And about as good as it gets so far on Cave. Slack making sure he can work on the pinch. He's able to find one, looking for the second, and he might be able to connect. But Clayster's going to eventually be traded out. Now it comes down to the gunfights inside the hill. Felony's going to get traded, and LG able to break through.
And once again, it's Cap and John. stepping things up to break it down. Arstees is the one to maybe try and get that scrap time. Slack's going to take that away from him. And now it's a battle for rotation. Felony versus John potentially here into you. Well, with 9 seconds, I'm really surprised here. Fellow's pushing out, but it's the right choice. He picks up one. He rotates round. Grenades just stopping anything that LG are starting to push here through Ruins. I like this from Fellow.
Well, LG on the flip side of things, they put a lot of pressure over towards Cave, but that is going to allow them to go for the flank JCap. You can see him trying to clean those players up at Bell, but at the same time, it is going to be eUnited inside the hill, but none of them formal. He's able to pick up two, kills the player out of the power position, and all of a sudden, just an easy break coming out from LG. John's able to clear the player out at Bell, and now you got him forcing for the good spawn. This is where the AR shine, but the nades come into effect, and back and forth so far we have on room.
I think you couldn't have put it better there. Back and forth, these two teams here going. And again, the control for Ruins now in the hands of eUnited. The spawns for the next is in the hands of Luminosty. So eUnited, can they control this? Can they contain the last 20 seconds? A key player is Prestini, though. He's on the flank for this next one. And key engagement. Big win for Prestini.
It's going to have more to deal with, though. You got a player coming to shoot him in the back in bunker, and all that hard work pays off for nothing. You don't get the rotation win. You don't even get the scrap time, because Formal's over in the hill just winning gunfights left and right, man. 6 and 3, doing his job. LG able to hold on, and this is the money hill. This is where you can rack up almost as much time as any other hill in the game. They're down by 25. They're going to make the comeback.
Most certainly are right now. LG in favor of the bunker. One of the top money hills in Call of Duty World War II, and John and JCap in that kill feed once again. Not going to find number 10 as John is shut down via Clay, but this positioning right here is what LG is looking for. They've got a clear sight onto the no man's in the middle, and we're going to see Formal Cap pick up kills, Fellow answer back, and you know, trade's going down, but other points going one way, Chance.
Absolutely. Again, the bunker hill, it's relatively easy to hold if you get the full setup. You saw eUnited make a couple attempts to go on some pretty wild flanks to try and make something happen, but the gunfights just go the way of LG, and now they're going for the rotation. But either way, solid first set of rotations for Luminosity. If I were any team in this division, I would have just been taking notes on how Evil Genius plays it. By the way, Arcees just knows how to play gunfights back to back. Yeah,
triple kill there for him. He is coming obviously off a difficult hard point on bunker, but now he senses one player coming from behind his right, but John's actually opted to go through the middle. So Arstee's now thinking about the streaks. He's going to spot John. He's weak. Can he finish him off? John will be looking to bait out, but no. Can he find the second? That's the last player. Formal shuts him down, and that's off streaks as well. Big kill for LG. But again, eUnited just comes storming through. There's no one on the hard point here, Chance, but eUnited, they're in control.
I feel for Arcees, though. It's the worst spot to be in. Like, your job in that spot with an AR is to sit on that cabin wall, lock down no man's, and it's the easiest job in the world. But the problem is, if a player spawns behind you, you have to give up that control. He felt the pressure coming in. He nearly makes the big play, but all in all, we're going to have one set of rotations in the books, and eUnited is going to have a lead, potentially, if they do a very small one, or we'll just go into a tied. Who really knows at this point? But, again, two Titans going at it as close as you could expect it to be.
One thing I do love is the amount of smokes we're seeing. The amount of smokes here at cabin wall, the cave, is great to see. The strategy coming through, LG coming into this cave, very, very strong. Slack's picking up a nice double, and Slack was a player that I wanted to see more from. He's currently 9 and 13, but he's got 30 seconds for his team on the hill. And right now, LG, they're dominating the cave.
Absolutely. They got players pretty much posted up all over the map. You got one player left alive in bunker, Clayster, but the gunfights you don't win inside a bunker don't really have an impact on the hill, but if JCap is shredding, there's not much you can do. So pretty much a perfect hold if you could have one on the cave hill. Of course, the question is the rotation over towards Ruins, but frankly, I don't even know how much like the rotation to this hill matters. Like LG, they gave it up last time and they broke through in a matter of like 5 seconds, so they have faith in themselves. They're going to get these final 10 seconds in the hill as well. They're going to have a pretty solid lead, and if they break through on Ruins, they're going to be in a pretty fantastic spot.
They certainly will. 120 plays 85 right now. Ironically, this is kind of the same score as it was on London Docks hardpoint before eUnited started to just run away with the game. John is in and amongst the enemy, but he's going to be traded out here by Clay. That's favoring eUnited, of course. And now jumping back into the action, Slack's going to try and get in the mix here. Running that Hunker airborne. Quick and protected by nades, however, those stuns do connect. 2 players for LG, strike first. Trying to break in. Slack's going to be stunned as well. And Clace is in a world of trouble. Fellow's trying to come back to him. Again, trades galore. Fellow finds 2. Prestini finds the 3rd. And Arstees says goodnight. as Pristini cleans up the kill onto Formal.
Too slow paced, I think. Like, you saw the smokes allow the subs for LG to push through, but then Slack took a little bit too much time, and by the time they got the push, all the players for eUnited were able to go help out Clayster, who is inside of the hill. Of course, all's well that ends well. It's still a very tight game, and LG, they're going to be posed to get this scrap time. They got 3 players that were putting the pressure on, but they do not get the rotation, so the question is, are they going to be able to break through on Bunker? They have quite a bit of pressure that looks like it's going to be pouring through this Bell side of things. Pristini, well, he was just going to try and slow it down. He's going to fall, and this is the opening, because all the kills LG gets at this point is going to be forcing United to spawn out, and there's the first one. Clayster spawns in the back. Felony spawns in the back. Pristini's going to have at least 2 or 3 players to deal with. Doesn't even find one. RCDs is by himself, and he's got players spawning right on top of him. Perfectly executed from Luminosity. They're going to start running up the score.
Yeah, and Arsti's was, I think, 1, maybe 2 off streaks as well, so that's a real bummer for him. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to battle back here. And LG, they could be making this bunker their own, because this could be the difference maker of winning this map or losing it. And right now, they've dominated it both times around. Interestingly enough, though, no streaks available at this given time. We're seeing Formal, Slacked, and JCap put this one to bed. 15 seconds left. We're going to be going back to the East Road here. But Luminosity still in control of this game, roughly about 30, 40 points. And again, that kill feed all blue.
We did see a bigger lead in the hands of LG on map number 1 that did not pan out in the slightest. eUnited at some point kind of flipped the switch and goes on a tear, but Forest is just a different map. Like, they've already survived 2 sets of rotation. If they're looking this good now, it's tough. It genuinely is for eUnited to get back into this game. You can just run that play clock down. LG, they just need to play for control at this point, but still, only a 40-point game, a lot of COD to be played. The potential is still there.
2 trades go down in the middle. And the one thing that LG do have is they have that kind of spawn for the cabin wall. Arsties could play spoiler right here as Formal. Could be caught out, but this is a really big gunfight. Spotted from both. He's going to try and pressure the player out. He's going to be tagged up. There's a player to his left. He's going to find him. But again, Arstie's a key factor. Nice kills. And at this given time here, there's 20 seconds left. You've got to start thinking about the cave. Because right now, Luminosity, the way that they've won this game, or they're in the lead this game, should I say, is bunker and cave.
Well, going back to cave once again, but eUnited are about as in much control as you could possibly be. They got a player over center towards the hill watching fire cut. You got 2 players stacked over by cabin. So LG, they're going for that full pinch, but Felony, Pristini, they're waiting for it. They're at the edges, they're in the cuts, and now the players inside the hill, they can hang out. RCDs doesn't even have to watch anything. His players have it covered. The team has got it covered. You talk about the cave hill being big for LG, but now eUnited, they're trying to bounce back and get, well, right back in the game. They could very easily just take a 20-point lead on this hill.
Yeah, we see one player go down. They're going to spawn right with their teammates, but now the pinch coming in, they're going to spawn out. There's only 35 seconds, so it's questionable. Number 6, Pristini, pushing a little bit too far out, but he's going to be caught off as his teammates go down. Now he's going to be in a bit of a poor position. He'll fall as well, and it looks like, again, it's that rotate early to ruins, but we've seen that be broken before. LG, they're confident to take this scrap on cave and break right on into that ruins. Headshot after headshot here for Formal and Cap. And look at that, the kill feed continuing to light up in blue. JCap working towards streaks as well.
And you say scrap time, but that was a solid 30 seconds kind of, well, not given away, but earned from LG. So, again, pretty sizable lead. LG, they got to play for control, but it is eUnited. Once again, in control of ruins. You got Clayster up top, and he's going to find 2. I don't even know where John was to die. Had to have lined up with JCap, because that just happened so fast. But clean 4 down, and now Pristini, he's pushing out cabin cut on the ruins hill. LG, they are spawning literally everywhere.
Yeah, and again, Pristini is going to spawn up. He might get some good timing, or unfortunate. It's going to go 50-50 this one, but he's going to cut through the middle. Cap and John pick up 2. This is big. Pristini's going to have to go big as well. He finds 1, but he's shut down, and LG, they break on in. And again, that's time which eUnited cannot give to Luminosity. They give the rest of this time here, and they're going to be 3-4 seconds away from winning.
This might just do it. There's going to be so much time. eUnited almost has to push for it. They got players that are spawning out as well. So you can actually see 8 and 5 on the minimap. They're trying to keep control of bunker. They're saying, we'll just try and stop you from getting that final 5 ticks. But it's just going to be tough. We've seen the break come in from LG last time around. It was perfectly efficient. John's already in the back. He's going to fall, but JCap's going to be there. And they're still just blocking the spawns of eUnited. eUnited's going to be spawning out. LG will get that close spawn. You have to win almost every single gunfight from here on out. Pristini's able to find 1. Clayster finds 1. Felony's going to pick up another as well. And Pristini's going for the cuts, but solid job so far. Momo, it's just so difficult to do.
Yeah, and again, here we're going to see a pinch. So if the kills go down in LG's favor, as we do see 2, make it 3 come in. That is going to be game, set, and match for Ardent Forest. Hard point here, and we're going to be seeing a game 5 as Luminosty close things out 250 to 211. LG, they might have started slow, but they're starting to click here, and it was that bunker time and time again. eUnited simply couldn't hold it 3 times in a row now, where LG just took all the time away from them. We saw obviously dominating performances on the cave from LG. We saw eUnited bounce back towards Ruins. East Road, as always, pretty split, but a close game nonetheless. You know, 35 points, I think, 39 technically, between the 2 teams. But all in all, we're going to game 5.
And that was a pretty solid, like, textbook example of, like, how you want to approach the break on bunker. You're going from the second hill. You want to push up if you have the opportunity. Obviously, you can only do it at the very start of the hill. You got to push through Bell, get those back spawns. LG played it to near perfection, looking good, trying to complete that reverse sweep against eUnited. It all comes down to a game number 5. We expect nothing less, and we will get back to it after the break.
things are tied for eUnited and Luminosty here on the main stage of day 1 of Division B here. Game 2, though, we've already seen Rise Nation 3-0 Unilad. This game completely different. We go in the full 5 games. The last Search and Destroy went eUnited's favour. And we're heading back to London Docks for our final game here. Chance, first of all, the series as a whole, what do you take of this new LG squad?
I think they're fine. I also think it's only one series deep, and there's only so much you can learn early on. I think the hot takes we've seen from like the fans are hilarious. The number of comments like, Formal's a jetpacker, he's been awful after the first 2 maps. Now all of a sudden they might win this series, and like either team, if they win this series, like this is the expected like 3rd-4 matchup, right? Like you got Rise on top, Optic behind them. Who knows who wins that? But these are the 3-4 guys expected to make playoffs. So whoever wins this, like you're beating one of the best teams in the world. Again, it's just going to be a close matchup at this point. So I don't know. I'm not going to draw any conclusions. Again, I expect both teams to do well. I have no idea how much success Formal, for example, is going to have on this team long term, but he's going to be fine. Like worst case scenario for LG, like how bad does it get? Like a 1 top 8 finish, something like that, then a bounce back top. Like who knows? It's early on. We got to even find out who wins the game 5. LG got smoked the first S&D. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Well, I think first round is going to be key, and Claysta's in a world of trouble right there. Look how aggressive Felony is, though. He's going to find one, but JCap denies with the STG. This should be a round heavily favoring Luminosity, as Prestini may give them the clean sweep here. JCap going for that bomb plant, just gets him an extra couple of points. And John, if he finds it, that's going to be kill number 3. GG, round 1, LG.
Relatively similar to how the first S&D map between these 2 teams started off, where John, well, the first time killed everyone on the map. This time he only gets 3, but I will say this was kind of eUnited getting caught off guard. Like either that or Clayster isn't like too keen on the timings because he goes around, isn't pre-aiming with the bar in time, and he just gets gunned by 2 people. That's something we saw from like Unilad a lot against Rise on Valkyrie, where it's just like they didn't seem to be quite aware of when the timings were coming down. They were either sprinting into gunfights they shouldn't have or getting over challenged, whatever it might be. But LG, 1 round on the board.
And I think John's going to maybe show them how it's done here. Is he's got that energetic on. His timing maybe on point. On point is an understatement. As he finds the first kill, he's going to have to back off, and Grenade's going to tag him. Prestini with the double Clay, taken down by Slack. I love how Slack backed away there. It's the bait and switch for Formal as well, and Prestini's going to have to find the ace if he wants anything to do with round number 2.
Man's got to go on the hunt. Your best case scenario is you catch a player off guard and you see LG. They're bunched up together, and essentially they could even give up the plant if they really wanted to. The problem is if Prestini gets the plant and clutches the 1v2, obviously he would be in a great spot for streaks, but he doesn't want to go for that. Again, his best plan is essentially he tries to catch a player off guard, get the information on the next guy, and he's actually going to have Formal in the back, and he's not even behind cover yet. And just like that, Formal's getting shot in the back, but Prestini doesn't finish the gunfight. The opportunity was there, but the opportunity is long gone. Still, though, he might just go for this plant. They definitely saw him cross, and this should be an LG round. They would have to screw up.
Did they see him cross?
100%.
He's gonna plant the bomb, and now it doesn't matter whether they saw him cross. He's opting to go right round the back. This is such an interesting strategy. If LG hop on it right now, it's could be a very quick round, but Formal. His feet are gonna be spotted, and now this is where Prestini, he almost has to. He's almost forced to play the game where he's got to predict that he's not on the bomb. Now he can just run away with 22 seconds. Timing is key. 1v2, that's going to be slapped. Peekaboo, 1v2. And it's Prestini who plays that one, and Clace is gassing him up on the main stage. He's smiling, he's having some fun, and I think that's a really crucial round, Chance.
That's not good. Well, I mean, when the bomb's planted from that spot, you can stretch it from where you can't get killed from mid-map. I think in the 2v1, one player just hops it, the other guy just sits there. I mean, you could sit at the edge of Cole, or even underground. You could, like, if you lose a 2v1, when you have the exact information on where that one guy is, it shouldn't happen. Now Prestini, he got the ace in that round. He gets the bomb plant. He's in an amazing spot.
And now eUnited are feeling good here. I think with Prestini on a 4-kill streak, he's got to really play reserved and maybe try and play for these streaks, which isn't like Prestini, but you see him down by the docks there. We've got a trade going down in mid. But you see John, he's taken out instantly after he's got 2 of the first 3 bloods. How is LG going to play with this one? Caps the bomb carrier here. Pretty standard. Looks like they're edging towards B. Look how far back eUnited are playing here.
The issue for them is they have no information on the B site. They're learning as they go at this point. Slack chucking out some utility because the problem for LG is they don't know what's going on mid-map. So neither team has complete control of anything. So it's going to come down to that first pick. Clayster, I think he was looking for it where Slack was going to be. Just doesn't hit a bullet. Now Slack pushing forward. The nades come in. The stuns come in. RC tries to get away. Slack's going to find two. Persini, though, he just touched the 1v2. Now he's going for the 1v3. Go away and call it. That's the call out from his team. I guarantee you they're screaming at him. It's going on behind. J-Cap, do you think he has Mountain? Of course not. He's going to go to lights. Is he going to make it? I think so. Nope. Doesn't make it. You get a back-to-back 1v2 followed by the 1v3. Burstini, he's not even letting him know. His teammates are doing it for him.
Burstini the genie, he's back, baby. Woo! Here he is. Game 5, he does not disappoint. Wow,
so
Slack made such a good play as well. Oh my goodness, that's frustrating. And he's staying alive, so he's still working towards those streaks too. That fighter pilot, that artillery barrage is on the horizon. He's 1 kill away from both. He's got the bomb too. 7-1.
Clayster just found his first kill. He does get first blood, does get traded out. RCD's still looking for his first kill. Persini is going to fall, and that is one of the best kills of the map that you could ask J-Cap to get. Now, of course, Felony, they're going to be trying to clutch the 2v3, waiting for John to over-challenge, and RC's going to be there. He's going to pre-aim J-Cap as well. He's going to get one. J-Cap knows the second is coming. Felony's got the advantage, though. He was tagged up. That is a 1v2, followed by a 1v3, followed by a 2v3. Admittedly, the 2v3 is more of just, you know, it's a tough spot for LG either way, but, like, hot damn.
Clayster's getting...
He better be. His teammates are carrying him.
To say the least.
He's got to be. He's got to be doing something for the team. Right?
I'm just loving the smiles that I'm seeing on that main stage. However, other side of the main stage, not so happy, and rightfully so. LG, and in a weird way, LG have kind of been that better team in every round, but that one, except that round, they've been the better team and they've gone up and they've put themselves in great positions. They've just been clutched on. Ooh, nasty. Could have been a collapse. They know John's got the sniper here. Goodness, that was a close shave.
Yeah, John looking for some sexy shots, but he's not going to find any. Now he's resigned to having to watch the flank with the sniper, so it's not the worst situation in the world, but it's definitely not ideal. The question is, well, honestly, LG should basically do what they've done at the start of rounds. Like, they've had the advantage in every single round so far. They just haven't been able to close out. Now you're looking for some snipes. Those should be easy for John. Normally the man connects, and Persini, he's playing with fire. You got to be very, very careful about how you handle the situation. Meanwhile, over by the B side, J-Cap's actually going to be able to find that first blood.
Yeah, Persini's in a world of trouble, and honestly, I don't see him getting out of that. It's now a 2v4. Do we rule it out? Absolutely not, because eUnited have been Captain Clutch right now. Now it's a 2v3. However, John does have a sniper. What can Arstes and Clayster put together here? Cap's in a perfect position. And he's going to take down Arstes. Nice snipes from John. And you know what? That sniper has been really influential straight away when he brings it out.
Absolutely. And again, just to touch on Persini, I think you're right. Like, what realistically could he do? He'd have to get a teammate to come help him out, but all of his teammates are at B. It would have taken 25 seconds just to get Persini out of that spot. And, like, again, you just got to pray that John misses the shot, essentially.
Yeah. I thought the best thing for Persini then would have been literally just to kind of, like, jump, like, try and just, like, jump and challenge to one extent and hope he misses that first bullet and you kind of get that kill, but he opts to try and run away. And Luminosty, they come back with a round, so still super, super close. Oh my goodness. Talking of super close, he's both players running away with their life. Still 4v4 though, round number 6, eUnited in the lead by 1. Smoke going out.
Cutting off mid-map as well. So J-Cap feels a little bit of pressure coming, and John, he's actually going to be able to crawl through the smoke. So the question is, who spots who first through the smoke? 3 players for eUnited have been in front. He's going to find one. Player's going to line up, and he's actually going to get fellow. Clayster's pass, though. Clayster picks up J-Cap, and just like that is a 3v2 for eUnited. The smoke was good, maybe not great, but the advantage is still there, and they're not getting the bomb down quite yet. They're playing for control, but you have RCs. You're never going to win this gunfight if you're Slack. There's just nothing you can do.
Seen crazier things. Oh, Pristini, watch your head. I guess the bomb down, that's the important thing. Now just lay there and regain. Bob and weave. He goes for the kill and he gets the kill. Nicely done from Prestini there. He has that cover. Nearly gets taken out, but another round for eUnited chance.
And that's the first round where eUnited has had the advantage after like the initial chaos kind of goes down. And they're up right now.
What
like,
score is it again?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, they have been as clutch as you could possibly expect. Again, this is that maybe LG, maybe just some kinks, maybe just players unaware. Who knows what it is? But it has definitely not been clutch. Still a couple more rounds to be played. But eUnited, they just seem a little bit tough to deal with in S&D. Or maybe not even eUnited. Maybe just Pristini seems tough to deal with in S&D.
I mean, the 7-1 start was really kind of hard to deal with. Of course, the glide bomb was unfortunate. Look at this from LG, though. This is a full force onto B. No one from eUnited on B. Absolutely no one. The bomb's going to go down. This is actually going to be a 4v4 retake. Okay. The hipfire fellow says goodnight to JCap, and now a 4v3. They've kind of got a bit of a pinch going on here. Two players coming through the middle. Clayster trying to find one. Arsty's having a gun battle with a player over fire, so they know the maximum there's two players down. That's a massive win for Formal.
Well, okay, so this is chaos right now. You got two players flooding through mid, you got players in fire, you got teammates shooting each other, and all of a sudden, it's eUnited that are kind of trapped in the site. They know a player's underground. Arcedes is behind too, but he's got to turn. He's going to get shot at. Slack's trying to stay alive. Meanwhile, Pristini is going to fall. Arcedes finds one, but time is not on his side. He's not going to be able to find the next two, and the chaos ensued. Felony gets that first blood. He tries to flank underground, but his teammates that's in Cole can't really help him. He can't get out of Cole because he doesn't know where the other two players are.
Yeah.
And then whoever it was that went through fire on the flank for LG, I think it might have been John. RC's nearly gets that kill. You get that kill, easy round for eUnited. Just to have players that are staying alive on all corners of the map, it makes it incredibly difficult for eUnited just to get the timing right of when you flood in, because you got to watch your back, you got to watch underground. There's too much to do. I will say Felony's hipfire is insane. But other than that, another good win for LG.
Yeah, it was. It's drawing, when you're staying alive, you're drawing all the resources of the opposing team to kind of come up clutch. He's actually pulled out a sniper here, though. Interesting. Does John have one? Does John have a sniper? That's the question I want to know. No, he doesn't. So bomb's going down. This is quick. That grenade is going to tag. Not going to finish it, though. Place is going to come on over. Tag two players. Formal putting a lot of damage into opposing players, but not able to clean it up. Arsty's, I think, is a key factor here. And this is going to be interesting because he's got a nade in his hand, but he's weak. He knows he's there. Will re-challenge. That's perfect for John. However, Slack's going to go down elsewhere. Clayster now on your screens. A sniper in hand, not the key weapon you want. But he's just going to sit on the bomb. Fellow's picked up 2 chance.
Felony's looking for more as well. He's going to be inside. Formal's going to over-challenge. He wins the gunfight, though. I guess Felony was one shot. Clayster for the 1v2. Doesn't have time. He's going to get predicted. They just knew where the man was, and they're going to get the defuse. In that round, the crutch was Arcedes. Whoever it was that caught him out on the flank wins their team that round. Of course, you got to win the gunfights after that, but he was the key man in the spot.
And I think as well that the sniper kind of punishes Clay. Because, you know, it doesn't work out from the start, but late round there, he couldn't really do much. You know, he couldn't get in a position to help Felony. That 1v1 with Fellow goes down and goes in favor of LG. All tied up, 2-2, 4-4, round 9.
We'll see if any team can make some magic happen. Honestly, this should be LG up like 7 rounds to, what, like 1 at this point. Clayster, though, he's going to find the first blood. Pristini gets the second, and just like that, eUnited, their problem has been first bloods. Their problem has not been converting rounds. Again, they've been clutch, so you expect in the 4v2 that they should be controlled. They have complete control. They got Pristini watching the A cross. He's got a player on the water steps, or actually over by Apples, to help him out mid-map if necessary, and they got 2 players over by B. Just don't get picked. Don't get picked, you win this round.
Just play the time. There's 2 players. Each gunfight should be a 2v1. Pristini's getting aggressive. 1v4, Formal.
And I know
he's on a 4-kill streak too. He just needs to stay alive, really, if he's thinking of maybe playing the long game. Oh my goodness, he's just going to be challenged, shut down. eUnited, 5-4.
Key gunfights as well. You talk about Formal being on the 4 streak, eUnited, they don't back up and just let the clock run down. They make sure to hunt for the kill. I guarantee you someone on the team, probably Clayster, is aware of it. This man's at least on a 3 or 4, if not 5 streak. We need to get this kill to make sure he can't get to those streaks. You don't play any games. You go up 5-4. You're 1 round away from winning the first series in your division. eUnited trying to close it out here.
These are the nervous moments for the pro players with such a key matchup. 3-kill streak for Pristini. How close is Pristini to streaks? Not very close, I don't think. No, it's not really going to affect it unless it goes to round 11 and he picks up a lot of kills here. Big gunfight. Cap denies Fellow. John's getting aggressive too. That's huge. round 11 is looking likely here, but it's a 2v4. Arstes is in trouble too. This is not looking good here. 60 seconds left on the clock. Clayster needs to pull something out the bag. They know he's there. John's just going to challenge him. There we go. Good night. As Arstes now in a formal position from previous round of a 1v4. He is going to find the first. The bomb's nowhere to be seen, Chance. He's just lurking around trying to pick up kills.
I will say, I have seen RCD's clutch 1v3s and 1v4s on this map as well. It shouldn't happen here. I know LG has been struggling with conversions now, but it would take a miracle. You just have to literally shoulder peek everything. John is just going to get away with his life, and honestly, that's it. RCD is going to have the bomb, but they have all the information in the world. Now the gunfights RCDs have to win would just be insane. John cleans the first one up. No love lost. We said it first thing, Momo. When we came in this series, you said, how do you expect it to go down? I said, if any series on the day will go to Game 5, Round 11, it's going to be this one. And what do we have, Momo? Game 5, Round 11.
Yes, we do. And we're going to kick it off here. Is it going to be a success for LG? Are eUnited going to deny that reverse sweep? Let's not forget, of course, eUnited were 2-0 up. There's no score streaks in play. Who is on the offense? It's going to be eUnited. And here we go. We've got Clayster going underground. We've got a 3-man stack over towards A. And you know what, LG? They've gone full force onto B. This is going to be a very, very quick plant. Clayster's going to be tagged here. He is going to get away. I imagine Clayster's going to go sit at the back of the map. Time is ticking.
We've seen this situation before. eUnited get the bomb down at A. They have complete control. They have the perfect setup that they want, but LG converted last time. Now Clayster, he's by himself, and he's got players hunting for him. JCap going on the flank. Clayster's going to get cleaned up, and this was the same thing. The player watching the flank was the clutch guy. He was the key for eUnited on the defensive hold. Now Felony gets cleaned up, and it is the collapse. The collapse is here. LG's going on the retake. They got players winning gunfights all over the place. They got John on the flank. Arcee's finds one. Persini, though, for the 1v2.
The time. He's done, and Luminosty and John with 15 kills is gonna clutch it up, and we're gonna see LG take out eUnited. That's gonna be a monumental win for LG. A Game 5 Round 11, the addition of formal. It's a positive that they go off, but eUnited, they get reverse swept in a fashion that they were up 5-4. That's gotta hurt, Chance.
The hot takes were there, man. Everyone's saying Formal's a jetpacker. They're not looking clutch. eUnited looked like they might have gotten a hot 3-0, but a pretty disgusting bounce-back game for the CTF, I will say. And then even in that Game 5, LG made a lot of mistakes. That's a game they should have won, what, 9 rounds to 3 or whatever it was, but it doesn't matter because they got the win in the end. And so there you go. Now the hot takes are back and saying, okay, LG, still a very solid team, still going to contend for the tippy top of the division.
Oh, 100%. I mean, these two teams, a lot of people will put both of them in their top 4. That's got to be a real low blow for eUnited to come in day 1, go 2-0 up, have all the hunger in the world, and then get reverse swept. However, I believe we've got a scuff play of the game, and I think it's coming in from John. It's your round 11, 20 seconds left here. He not only picks up the first onto Arcetes right now, it does flick over to Prestini's point of view, I believe, but this kill here, if Prestini makes this kill, it could have been game, set, and match. John comes up clutch. He doesn't even get the defuse. He walks away with 15 kills, a 5-kill streak, 3 first bloods. John, for me, the series MVP. Beautifully done.
I mean, John had, what, the most kills in the CTF by far, finished with like 28. Well, JCap was a couple behind him, and JCap
did well, but 2, which they lost, he was great.
And then even the first search and destroy, the only rounds that they had success were the ones where he was killing the entire team. So, yeah, I would have to imagine, I know it's early on, but he'll probably just get MVP on the day. With a performance on like that, like, you'd have to imagine that was not a hard carry, but as close as you're going to see 2-1.
Okay, well, we have got Slacked, I believe, on the main stage here with Jess for our PlayStation Instant Reaction.
That's right. Thanks, Momo. So that was a great reverse sweep, but going into the series, what were you expecting?
I mean, we were pretty confident going into it. This is our first series on LAN as a team. Didn't know really what to expect. Haven't played Search and Destroy as a team at all. So, I don't know. It was the first time for everything. I told them, you know, when we went down to 2, I said, look, we're going to reverse sweep these guys. We've done it before, and we're going to do it again. And there was all composure, all confidence, and we ended up doing it.
And how do you feel overall about your performance as a team, especially with regards to the roster change?
It's a lot different. At first, it was really shaky for us. We weren't playing well online. Things weren't going right. It's like a completely different AR role. Form was a different player than Octane, and basically had to relearn everything we did. So we're slowly starting to do it. The league's like the best thing for us right now because we're just going to continue to get practice over and over, and give us some time, and I think we'll be at the top.
All right, and then also during that last series, the first 2 maps were a little bit tougher for you, and then once you hit map 3, so the CTF, everything changed. How did that change how did you change the momentum of the team during that map?
I mean, Call of Duty is like a momentum game. We won that CTF. We're like, all right, we got Forest Hardpoint. We're going to do this. We ended up winning that. And last map, we were like, all right, we brought it this far. We're going to do it. So, I mean, just really a confidence issue. And the first map was just, we got smoked. So we just turned it around, and we ended up with the win.
All right, well, great job on that. Thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction, and we're going to be right back after this quick break. Thank you.
We entered the last matchup with two teams that had two very different things to think about. eUnited, a team that has had so many slow starts in tournament play, and LG, a team that we knew was going to be in the spotlight due to their recent roster change, but I don't think we expected it to go all the way to a Game 5, and definitely not in that fashion. To break down everything, we got Revan joining us on the desk for the first time today, and we also do have Nameless. My name is Rich, and I'm going to be your host. Let's get straight into it here. Now, honestly, LG, they're able to come out strong in the end. eUnited off to a very, very strong start at the beginning there, Nameless, and we were talking about just how big it could be for them if they were able to get an early win in the tournament, if they were able to get that early momentum.
Yeah, I mean, eUnited looked really good. In the beginning of that hard point, they kind of went down about 140 to 90, and we seen on that second hill on London Docks where Pristini really started taking over. You know, he earned those score streaks, he got a bunch of kills mid-map, he dropped that artillery on the next hill, and then they kind of just steamrolled after that and won the game, and they blew it open. It was like 250 to 150. Yeah, so they went on about 160 point to 0 spread, it seemed like, and they started off so hot. Pristini was playing amazing in that map, and it was just kind of like a turnaround quick, and I saw a lot of momentum out of eUnited, and it went over into that game too, but they just couldn't keep it throughout the series.
And before we talk about that switch that was basically flipped, because like you said, if we look even here at what you're seeing, it looks like after those first two games, it was just going to be an easy 3-0. I'm sure a lot of people in chat were just roasting Formal because that's what's going to happen, right? Huge spotlight on them, a lot of pressure. We said the same thing's going to be for Optic, who we're going to be seeing next, but there was a key player matchup throughout the entire series.
Definitely.
Revan, you brought it up right when you sat down on the desk, and that's going to be John versus Pristini.
Oh, yeah, these guys were going off all series long. Just like Nameless was just talking about in the hard point, Pristini's such an explosive player. As well in the search and destroy, you saw multiple clutches from him, but the one player to consistently go at Pristini and shut him down a couple times was John on Luminosty. And John still has that area to work with in-game that he had when Octane was the main AR. And John's just that player that you just let him run free and do whatever he wants. He's going to find a way to have an impact on the game, and he had a huge impact on the series.
And it's definitely one of those players that we want to think about as well, because look, he's been doing with Octane, right? So there is going to be the most pressure on him to really change here. Obviously, Formal, one of those players that we always kind of match up against Octane. That's one of the reasons it's so exciting to see that trade. Who is the best AR? And now we are going to see John does fit in with Formal there. And at the end, Luminosty is able to come out big. They're able to grab this first win. We said that they needed to do it. Otherwise, there was going to be a huge, huge amount of pressure of them. But I think this was going to be one of the best matchups today. Very excited to see it go all the way to a Game 5 Nameless. But now that you've gotten to see this little bit of both of these teams, how do you think they're going to look as we move forward into the league?
They seem extremely evenly matched. I mean, those first two maps were just all eUnited, and then the second three maps were kind of, I mean, LG won them, but they were really competitive. I mean, that hard point was 250 to, I think, 211. Yeah, and we saw, I think it was John and JCat both have really good performances on that map. And, you know, when your teammates are slaying like that, you want to just win by like a larger margin. So I don't think LG's hard point's looking too good, and EU's is actually looking pretty solid at the moment. And then that 6-5, that could have easily went eUnited's way. So eUnited's looking good. I wouldn't doubt them at all. I'd say they're evenly matched, and they both have a lot to improve on.
Yeah, coming into the series, I was really worried for Luminosty when it came down to their search and destroy play. And you heard Slack in the PlayStation Instant Reaction. This is their first time playing search and destroy as a team, which is not good.
Unreal.
You got to practice, you got to prepare. But the fact that you win it in around 11 against eUnited, that's obviously a bit of a confidence booster. But also losing Octane, obviously, he's a really smart player. And I think sometimes he gets overlooked for his COD IQ. Like, he knows what's going on in game, and he knows how to prepare, especially when it comes down to search and destroy. So look for them to, you know, bolster their search and destroy gameplay as the division progresses.
And speaking of Octane, we're going to be seeing him up next. But just to wrap up that series, as we take a look at the schedule, do want to say very, very important to think about just how evenly matched they really did look, because we were talking about rumors that were a bit